The lights inside the KBS Music backstage area were dim and just take staff running around, idols getting makeup, touch-ups, cameras being tested. It was loud, fast, and busy, but in the middle of night, something unusual happened. Taehyung stood busy. His BTS members humming softly to himself, dressed in silky black. His hair was pushed back slightly, showing his sharp jawline. He wasn't nervous. He never was before a stage, but today he felt something strange. His eyes wandered around the hallway, and then he saw him across the corridor, surrounded by dancers and stylists. Was young Jungkook, the nation's bad boy, dressed in leather and silver chains. His aura was cold, distant, untouchable. But at that moment, Jungkook looked up. Their eyes met, just for a second, but it was enough. The noise around them seems to disappear. No fans, no schedules, no cameras, only that quiet click inside their chests. As if two puzzle pieces finally touched, Taehyung looked away first, biting his bottom lips gently. Jimin, Tae, are you okay? Taehyung, yeah, I'm fine, but his heart was not. A few hours later, after BTS rehearsal, Taehyung sat in the waiting room alone. He sipped on water, thinking about those eyes, dark and intense. Jungkook was known for being mysterious, cold, hard to approach, but his gaze didn't feel cold. It felt curious, searching. He shook his head, Taehyung, mumbling, "What am I doing? He is just another idol," but deep inside something kept buzzing. He couldn't ignore it. Meanwhile, in another room down the hallway, Jungkook stood in front of a mirror. His makeup was done, his outfit perfect, but his focus wasn't on his looks. He was staring into his own eyes, noticing the way they had wooden earlier when they met. His that boy, the one with the deep eyes and honeyed voice. Jungkook quietly became Taehyung. He didn't mean to say it out loud, but the name felt good on his tongue. He had heard of BTS, of course, he hadn't, but he had never paid attention to faces, to personalities. He was too focused on building his solo career until now. Now he was curious. The show begins on stage. Everything looked normal. Thing performed, Jungkook performed. Their paths didn't cross in front of the cameras, but behind the curtains, it was chaos again. Rushed edges, stuff yelling, music because in turned the corner at the same time. Jungkook did the almost perfect into each thing. I'm sorry, Jungkook. It's okay. Taehyung looked up slowly, those eyes again. They stood in silence, only a foot apart, the backstage lights casting shadows on their features. Jungkook, you did well today, Taehyung. Thank you. So did you. There was something soft in them that made Jungkook's chest feel warm, and something fairness in Jungkook's case that made Taehyung's knees weak. Neither of them moved, neither wanted to, but they had to. Staff voice, Jungkook said, "We need you now." Jungkook blinked, stepping back. He gave a small nod and walked away. Taehyung stayed frozen for a second longer, then let out a breath. He didn't realize he was holding. That night, Taehyung lay in his bed, staring at the ceiling. His phone buzzed with texts from the group chat, but he ignored them. All he could think about was that brief conversation, that voice, that closeness, that impossible pool. Meanwhile, Jungkook sat in his studio, hoodie over his head, scrolling through his phone. He typed Taehyung facecam into YouTube. He clicked the first video and watched it again and again. Jungkook softly, "You smell like that," and expected to fall. He shut the screen off and leaned back in his chair, finger touching his lips. He hasn't smelled like that in months, but he did today. 1 week later, another magic show. Faith wasn't done playing with them. Another stage, another rehearsal, another hallway. Tim was leaning against the wall, waiting for his call time. When he heard familiar footsteps, he turned. Jungkook, wearing a sleeveless black vest, sweat glistening down his collarbone, eyes as dark as midnight. Jungkook, "Hey, Taehyung, hey." I paused. Jungkook, "You look tired. Taehyung, long night of practice. You?" Jungkook said. Another pause. Taehyung is smiling softly. "You talk more than I expected." Jungkook gave a small glance. Jungkook, "You make it easy." Taehyung blushed. "Taehyung, are you fluttering?" Jungkook, "Should I stop?" Then, no. That word escaped his mouth before he could stop it. They stared again. People walked past them, but it felt like they were alone in the world. That evening, Tim received a message on his private line, used only for family and personal friends. "Unknown number, be careful." People notice when stars shine too close. His heart skipped a beat. He replied, "Who's this?" No reply. He stared at the message all night. Was it a threat, a warning, or a confession? He didn't know, but he couldn't stop thinking about Jungkook. It was midnight. The city lights were glittering below Jungkook's studio apartment. He stood on the balcony, phone in his hand. He typed, deleted, typed again. Finally, he sent it to an anonymous social media account with no followers, no name. Jungkook's message, "You don't know me yet, but I think you will. I don't believe in fate, but if it exists, it wears your face." It has been 4 days since the last music show, 4 days since Stan received that strange message, 4 days since Jungkook's eyes followed him in every dream. Taeyang sat calmly in BTS' strong kitchen, slowly stirring his tea, even though it had already gone cold. His phone buzzed next to him, unknown number, 10:12 p.m. unknown. He's still awake. His breath hinges. He knew who it was. Then, yes, unknown. Do you want to talk? Then, here, unknown. Meet me. Unknown. Rooftop on the KBS studio. 11 p.m. Don't come if you are scared. Then bite his bottom lips. Was he scared? Yes, he is. Was he going? Absolutely. 11 p.m. KBS studio rooftop. The night air was cold, brushing against the skin as he stepped onto the rooftop. The city below sparkled like shattered glass, and there he was, Jungkook, dressed in black sweatpants and a grey hoodie, leaning against the railing, his face lit up faintly by the moonlight. Jungkook softly, "You came." Them smiling, "You dared me." Jungkook clenched. His voice deep and quiet. They stood side by side, not touching, not speaking for a moment. The silence between them was comfortable, heavy, meaningful. Jungkook, did my message scare you? Yeah, a little, but it felt honest. Jungkook, it was. I don't write things like that or say them. Taehyung looked at him, surprised. Then why me? Jungkook's eyes met his. Jungkook, because you look like someone who understands silence and still hears everything. Taehyung blushed and looked down. Jungkook whispers, "You are dangerous for me, Taehyung." Taehyung quietly, "You too, Jungkook." They sat near the legs swinging off the edge below them. The world kept moving, but up there time slowed. Jungkook, I used to believe love doesn't belong to people like us. Taehyung, because we are adults. Jungkook, because we are worshipped, owned, loved by millions, but truly unknown by no one. Taehyung, that's lonely. Jungkook, I got used to it until now. Taehyung's heart beat faster. He didn't want to ask, but he had to. Taehyung, what changed? Jungkook turned to him. Jungkook, you just standing in the same hallway changed everything. That night after going home, Taehyung saved Jungkook's number as Moon 97. Jungkook saved Taehyung as Violet Eyes. And that's how it began. That night they texted. Moon 97, what did you eat today? Violet Eyes, only coffee and regret. You? Moon 97, 3 bites of rice and your voice is stuck in my head. They didn't always flirt. Sometimes they just shared silence through messages. Violet Eyes, it was a hard day. Moon 97, you don't have to explain, just rest, I'm here. 1 week later, dance practice, another joint rehearsal was scheduled. This time, BTS and Jungkook were performing in the same final lineup. Taehyung stood in the studio doorway when Jungkook entered from the opposite side. They locked eyes. But they couldn't smile. There was too many eyes, so they just walked past each other pretending, but inside they were screaming. Later, during break, they slipped a folded note into Jungkook's jacket pocket while pretending to bump onto him. The note read, Studio 3C, 10:30 p.m. Door will be unlocked. Studio 3C that night, Taehyung paused. Inside the empty studio, lights off, only the hallway glow, lighting the mirrors. His heartbeat was loud. The door clicked. Jungkook entered quietly, locking the door behind him. Taehyung softly, "Hi, Jungkook." Jungkook, hi. They stood a few feet apart, breathing, watching. Jungkook teasing. Was that not necessary? Taehyung is knocking. Are you saying you didn't like it? Jungkook read it 6 times before coming. Taehyung smiled. Suddenly the tension turned thick. Jungkook stepped closer. Just one step. Jungkook serious. Tell me to stop if you are scared. Taehyung softly. I'm not. Another step. Their noses almost touched. Their eyes closed at the same time, but before their lips met, there was a loud bang. Outside, they froze. Stop voice from the hallway. Someone left their phone in Studio 3C. Panic, Jungkook pulled back, then grabbed his bag and opened the door slowly. No one there. Yet he turned to Jungkook. Then go first, I will wait. Jungkook, be careful. Jungkook touched Taehyung's hand just for a second, then disappeared. Taehyung waited 2 minutes, then walked out like nothing happened. But inside, his chest was burning. That night, text Moon 97. If I kissed you tonight, would it ruin everything? Violet Eyes, no, it would ruin me if you don't. Moon, I wanted to. Violet Eyes, so did I. Every second, Moon, we are playing with fire. Violet Eyes, then let it burn slow. Days passed, they continued texting, short phone calls at 2 a.m. Tiny hidden smiles during rehearsals. Then wear a bracelet. Jungkook came home claiming it was a fan gift. Jungkook started writing a new song, but doesn't tell anyone it's about them. They begin living for the next moment they can see each other, even if it's just a shared look across a crowded room. A rainy night, they get sketch in heavy rain after a late night dance practice. His manager forgot to pick him up. He stands under a narrow roof, soaked, shivering. He texted Jungkook, "Wallet eyes, I'm wet and cold." No reply. Then headlights flash across the street. A bright black car stops. Jungkook jumps out, hoodie over his head. No bodyguards, no umbrella. Jungkook yelling, "Are you crazy? Why didn't you wait inside?" Taehyung shivering. "The studio was locked. My phone battery is dying." Jungkook took off his hoodie and wraps it around Taehyung. Jungkook, get in the car now. Inside the car, the heat is warm. Jungkook dries Taehyung's hair with his sleeve. Jungkook muttering, "You are so careless." Taehyung quietly, "You came?" Jungkook says, "Of course I did." Their eyes meet again and again. Time slowed. Taehyung softly, "You really like me, don't you?" Jungkook, "Too much." Taehyung is smiling, "Then let's be careful, but let's not stop." Jungkook cups his cheek gently, no kiss, just the warmth of whispering, "One day I will kiss you like it. One day I will kiss you like I mean it. Not in secret, not in fear." Taehyung hurried. Taehyung, "I will wait." 2 weeks later, late night of days passed quite quickly, too quickly. The late night text had turned into secret phone calls, the phone calls turned into short hidden meetings, and slowly their hearts were falling deeper and faster than either expected. Taehyung smiled every time his phone lighted up with Moon 97. Jungkook started humming melodies that had his name in every beat, but happiness, when forbidden, comes with a cost. Moon 97, I had 2 days off, no studio, no fans, no cameras, wallet eyes, that's rare. Moon 97, come with me, wallet eyes, where? Moon 97, somewhere no one knows us, late Friday night, under the cover of bodyguards and lights. Jungkook's car picked Taeyang up wearing a cap and mask. No one knew where he was going, not even his manager. The small wooden cabin was 2 hours from Seoul, hidden in a pine tree, surrounded by silence. Taeyang whispered or mist, "It's beautiful." Jungkook softly, "Not more than you." Taeyang looked down, his cheeks pink. The house had no cameras, no microphones, no one watching. For the first time in years, they could breathe freely. That night, by the fireplace, they sat by the fire, 2 mugs of hot chocolate between them. Jungkook had thrown a blanket over their both shoulders. I feel like I am dreaming. I feel like I'm dreaming. Jungkook, then don't wake up. You are bold when no one is watching. Jungkook is mocking, I am bold because I want you. Taeyang's briefcase. Jungkook turned, pushing a soft roll from Taeyang's pocket. Jungkook, can I kiss you now? Taeyang didn't speak. He just closed his eyes. Jungkook leaned in slowly. The lips made gentle at first, trembling, tasting the water, then from a warmer, deeper Taeyang's hands reached for Jungkook's hoodie, gripping it like a lifeline. It wasn't just a kiss, it was a promise, a release, a rebellion. When they broke apart, both were breathless. Taeyang whispered, You taste like midnight, Jungkook is smiling, and you taste like forever. They lie down on the rug under the blanket, just staring at each other, not touching anymore, just being. The morning after Taehyung woke up first, Jungkook's arm wrapped around his waist, his hoodie smelled like cologne and warned them quietly, this is dangerous, but I have never felt safer. Jungkook stood to pull him closer. Jungkook growled, then let's stay here, just you and me. Then smiling softly. Can't. The world is waiting. Our names are not just ours anymore. Jungkook, what if we run away from home? Would you give up your career? Jungkook opened his eyes, and for a moment it looked like he would say yes, but then he looked down. Jungkook quietly, no. They returned to the city quietly. No one noticed, no fans were around, or so they thought. 3 days later, Taehyung's manager burst into the dressing room. Manager, did you leave the drum this weekend? Taehyung shocked. Why? The manager threw a phone in front of him, a blurred photo. So two kissing near a cabin window. One had long lashes, other had a strong jawline. Faces wasn't visible, but to those who knew, it was obvious. Manager worried it's not viral yet. It's from a blog. They are threatening to sell it to the media. Thanks, blood run cold. What do I do? Manager lies, said it's edited, say it's not you. Then sit down, shaking. Later that night, he texted Jungkook while it is sunny stars, moon 97. How bad? Well, it is photo blur, but they know. Moon 97. Stay calm, I will handle it. Project wasn't calm either. He punched the studio wall when he saw the pictures of muttering, I promised I would protect you. That night, Tim called him. Tim, are you mad at me? Jungkook never. I am mad at the world. Tim, maybe this was a mistake. Jungkook firmly don't say that thing. You don't understand. One photo and it could all be over for me, for you. Jungkook, then let it be. I will paint everything if I have to. I am crying, but I don't want you to. I want you to sing to fly. Jungkook, then let me love you in secret. Just don't ask me to stop loving you. There was silence on the beams, only soft sniffles. One late night they met again, just once, in Jungkook's recording studio. No lights, no words, only music playing in the background. Jungkook held them close, head to chest, heart to heart. Jungkook softly, I wrote a song for you. He played it, a soft piano melody filled the air. No lyrics, just emotion. Taehyung cried silently. Taehyung, will the world ever let us be together? Jungkook kisses here. If not, I will write you into every song I sing. The picture goes public. It happened at 4:17 a.m. A fan account with a large following tweeted, is this young Jungkook with Kim Taehyung in a cabin together, along with the blur photo and Theo's blows within hours. Hashtag like Taekook scandal, Jungkook dating. Taehyung's posts were trending worldwide. Some fans were supportive, but others weren't. They lied to us. He betrayed the group. His videos over now. Jungkook should be banned. Comments poured in like wildfire. Anger, cruel, obsessive, dangerous. Both agencies moved fast. Thanks manager pulled him out of his scandal interview. and dragged him to the conference room manager angrily. Did you really think no one would find out? Then softly, I didn't plan this. I just left him. Complete director. You had two options: deny it completely and cut all the ties with Jungkook or face suspensions, press statements, and worse. The ends was thumbling, so I can't even laugh freely. The director not very working their videos. At the same time, Jungkook was being real by his global head. Level head, you are trending for all the wrong reasons. We told you no dating. You signed that clause. Jungkook furious. You don't own my heart. Level head, no. But we own your career. That evening, Jungkook tried to call him once or tried again. Nothing. He texted Moon 97. Hey, please answer. Moon 97, where are you? Moon 97. Don't live like this, nothing. Panic set in, he raced to beat your storms, then wasn't there. Jimin was passing in the hall when he left. Said he needed to think and could think well. Jimin looked down, he didn't say, but he looked broken. 1 week later, silence, no calls, no text. Taehyung had vanished from the public eye. The company announced a personal health break. Jungkook had stopped going to the studio. He had lost weight, lost color, lost rhythm, but worst of all, he had lost him. Jungkook stood backstage at the Golden Sand Award minutes before performing a solo. His fingers trembled on the mic. It was the first time singing Valentine's, the song he had written for them. He didn't care if the world knew. Now he had nothing left to hide. He stepped into the stage. The spotlight hit him. The music started and he sang softly, brokenly, beautifully. You were the color that never knew. You were the silence that somehow still grew. If I can't hold you, then I will write you instead in every lyric I never said. By the time he finished, the audience was silent, then thousands of applause. But he wasn't smiling. He walked off the stage with tears in his eyes until he heard a whisper behind him. You sang it perfectly. He turned around to him, wearing a hoodie cap, pulled low, eyes swollen from crying but smiling. Jungkook choking, where the heck have you been? Taehyung stepped closer, hiding Taehyung, thinking, running from the noise. Jungkook, you left me thinking I thought maybe I was ruining your life. Jungkook grabbing his hand. You were the only part of my life that felt real. Taehyung leaned in forehead, resting against Jungkook's then whispers, I can't love you loudly, not yet, but I can love you quietly in the spaces in between, in the music, in the words we don't say. Jungkook tears falling, contempt heavenly for them. They hugged quietly, tightly, no kiss this time. Just arms wrapped around each other like the world ripped them apart in a second. 1 year later, the scandal faded, people moved on, new group debuted, new studies took over, Jungkook continued singing his release softer, more emotional now, and returned to videos quietly, looking more mature, eyes deeper. They never confirmed anything, but fans noticed them matching dreams the way Jungkook's lyrics always included the word violet, the way things his smile came out only when Jungkook was in the room, and every year on a certain date, Jungkook would disappear for 2 days. No schedules, no camera, just a cabin, boots, and a bar with violet eyes waiting for by the fire. The end. So everyone, how was it? Comment me down. I hope you enjoyed it. And please specify whatever problems you are having in reading the story. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to write less words in one page. But if you are still having problem, please let me know. I will be back with another Taekook concert, and as I have told you, my health is not doing well. I hope I will get well soon, and yeah, still I'm working because it gives me peace and happiness. So, see you. Bye bye. Love you forever.